We see that Dao Ming was injured, and the incident spreads throughout the media. Dao Ming is brought to the hospital. Shenkai and F3 are also there. Shenkai is in a very bad state, crying uncontrollably. Meizu takes care of her. Shenkai says to Meizu, "I became too greedy, that's why heaven is punishing us." Meizu explains, "This is not punishment, but a test. You have to pass the test to be happy." Later, the police arrive at the hospital and tell F3, "The man who stabbed Dao Ming has been arrested. He used to be an employee of the Ming Group. He was fired due to losses in the company, so he did this for revenge." Dao Ming's surgery is over. The doctor comes out and tells Shenkai, "Dao Ming is safe now." Xiaoxi arrives at the hospital. She apologizes to Shenkai, saying, "I made the plan, and all this happened because of it." But Shenkai says, "It's not your fault. You just wanted to bring me and Dao Ming back together." Then Mrs. Ming and Mrs. Yu come to the hospital to see Dao Ming. They go to Dao Ming's room. Mrs. Ming tells her assistant, "Book a flight to London for me." Mrs. Yu tells her, "It is important to go to London now." Mrs. Ming says, "Dao Ming is safe now and you take care of him." Coming out, Mrs. Ming blames Shenkai for everything. But Xiaoxi takes Shenkai's side and tells Mrs. Ming, "This wouldn't have happened if you had seen the problem of your employee earlier." Mrs. Ming doesn't say anything to Xiaoxi but tells Shenkai, "You told me before that you are not welcome in my world, and now I am telling you, you can never be welcome in the Dao Ming family world. So stay away from Dao Ming." But Shenkai says to her, "I won't go anywhere until Dao Ming regains consciousness and tells me to leave." Then everyone waits for Dao Ming to regain consciousness. Many days pass, but Dao Ming doesn't regain consciousness. Then one day, finally, Dao Ming wakes up. He asks everyone, "What am I doing in the hospital?" Han Silu tells him, "You were injured," but Dao Ming doesn't remember anything. He looks at everyone as if he has lost his memory. But later, he tells the names of all the F3 members. Then Xiaoxi asks him to confirm, "Who am I?" Dao Ming calls Xiaoxi monkey. Dao Ming looks at Shenkai and asks, "Who is this?" Then F3 tells him, "This is Shenkai." But Dao Ming doesn't remember anything. Everyone is shocked. How can Dao Ming forget Shentai, whom he loved so much? Then Shentai tries to remind him of their past to make him remember everything. She says, "You broke my phone. We watched the meteor shower together on your balcony. You gifted me the meteor necklace." But Dao Ming doesn't remember anything. Shentai gets very stressed and says, "You can't forget me. You have to remember me. Even if you forget me, I will remind you again how much I love you." Then she shouts, "I am Shenkai. I will always be with you, no matter what." Hearing all this, Dao Ming says, "Did you really say this? If you lied, you are a dog." This means Dao Ming is acting in front of everyone so Shenkai can confess her love to him. Meizu says, "I knew you were lying to everyone." Shenkai gets so angry at Dao Ming that she starts punching him, but Dao Ming stops her. Dao Ming thanks Meizu, saying, "Thank you for saving me from the stranger who was going to attack me. Otherwise, my condition would have been even worse." Then Dao Ming and Shentai are alone. Dao Ming feels that Shentai is still angry with him because of his joke. But Shentai has worried him and she says, "My prayers made you regain consciousness, and you forgot me. That's why I was so scared." Dao Ming tells Shenkai, "How can I forget you? We are like Velcro. No one can separate us." Outside, F3 and Xiaoxi are together. Han Silu says, "Dao Ming and Shenkai have to face so many obstacles for true love." Shimin says, "I wouldn't do it for my true love." But Meizu agrees with Han Silu and says, "Only true love can face obstacles, and only they get happiness in the end." Then he starts giving everyone his knowledge about love. Then Xiaoxi says to him, "You will find true love in your life soon." After many days, Shenkai goes home, where her parents are already waiting. They were very worried about Dao Ming, so they tell her to go to the hospital to see him. But Shenkai refuses and says, "Everything is fine now." She doesn't want her dad to meet Dao Ming's mom. After Shenkai falls asleep, her parents talk. They think Shenkai and Dao Ming's relationship won't last long. Shenkai's mom wants to explain to her that she should now treat Dao Ming like her other friends. The next day, when Shenkai goes to college, reporters surround her and ask her various questions. Shenkai manages to escape from them and get inside the college. Everyone in college treats Shenkai very nicely, but Chen is still jealous of Shenkai and Dao Ming's relationship. On the other hand, Dao Ming talks to Jiyang on a video call and says, "I am fine now." Jiyang asks him to her name to confirm. Dao Ming says, "Only an idiot would forget your name." Then he also tells Jiyang, "Someone told me that my recovery ability is just like a dog." Jiyang understands that Shenkai must have said this to him. Then, in the hospital, Dao Ming tells Mrs. Yu, "I want to be discharged. If I stay in the hospital anymore, I will get even sicker." He also says, "I will stay at Meizu's house because I don't want to face my mom." In the next scene, Dao Ming is at Meizu's house. Meizu is shocked to see him there and says, "You should be in the hospital." Then Dao Ming says, "My recovery ability is like a dog's." Later, Dao Ming tells Meizu, "I want to marry Shen Kai." Meizu is very happy about this but says, "Shen Kai will never want to ruin your relationship with your mom because of her." Dao Ming says, "I have a secret plan that I have already thought of." Meizu asks, "What is your secret plan?" But Dao Ming says, "It is a secret, and I won't tell you now." Later at the shop, Shen Kai's boss asks her, "Why didn't Xiao Yu come to work today?" Shen Kai tells her, "She went to the tea club. She wants to bring new products for the shop." Hearing this, her boss is very impressed and praises Xiao Yu and Shen Kai a lot. On the other hand, we see Xiao Yu, who has joined the tea club, and Xiao Nan is also a member of that club. But Xiao Yu doesn't recognize her because she has changed her name from Xiao Nan to this fashion name. Xiao Yu and Xiao Nan look exactly alike, and both their personalities are very boyish. They become very good friends in their first meeting and click pictures together. Later, Shen Kai and Xiao Yu are together. They are thinking of celebrating a party for Dao Ming's recovery, and Shen Kai invites Xiao Yu. But Xiao Yu says, "How will I face He-Man there?" Shen Kai explains to her, "You should treat He-Man like just a friend." We see that F4 and all of Shen Kai's friends are celebrating a party for Dao Ming's recovery. At the party, when Dao Ming is about to drink, Shen Kai and Xiao Yu arrive. Shen Kai stops him, saying, "You haven't fully recovered yet," and drinks it instead. She makes a face and says, "I don't like the taste of this drink at all." Dao Ming then thanks everyone, saying, "Thank you, my friends, for supporting me during my hard times." Xiao Yu stays a bit distant at the party, avoiding He-Man. He-Man notices this and approaches her. He apologizes, asking, "Are we still friends?" Xiao Yu replies, "We are still good friends." Shen Kai watches them, clearly disliking He-Man talking to Xiao Yu. Dao Ming tells Shen Kai, "I want to spend some alone time with you." Shen Kai agrees, and they both leave the party. Outside, Dao Ming hugs Shen Kai, and they spend quality time together. Meanwhile, Jimin tells Xiao Yu, "You searched for so many buildings for me, so now I want to do something for you." Xiao Yu replies, "I've joined the Way of Tea Club. I want you to come with me and take a class as an instructor." The next day, He-Man and Xiao Yu go to the class where He-Man meets Xiao Nan. They both keep looking at each other. He-Man approaches Xiao Nan and says, "We met after a long time." Xiao Yu realizes Xiao Nan is He-Man's first love. Later, during the class, Xiao Nan is upset, unable to face He-Man, and she leaves. Outside, Xiao Nan starts crying, saying, "I still love He-Man." After the class, He-Man and Xiao Yu go to Xiao Nan. Xiao Yu says, "I heard about you from He-Man." He-Man then asks Xiao Nan, "Will you go out with me?" Xiao Nan asks Xiao Yu to come along, but Xiao Yu declines, saying, "I don't want to come between you two." He-Man and Xiao Nan are together. They reminisce about their past. He-Man apologizes, saying, "I'm sorry I didn't go to the rooftop when you called me earlier." He asks, "Can we try again? Will you go to the rooftop with me once more?" Xiao Nan agrees. Later, at their part-time jobs, Xiao Yu tells Shen Kai, "I helped He-Man find his first love, and now they are together." Shen Kai says, "You just shot yourself in the foot," but then she reassures Xiao Yu, "You will find a better life partner than He-Man in the future." Xiao Yu responds, "No, He-Man is perfect for me." Meanwhile, Mrs. Ming calls Mrs. Yu, asking about Dao Ming. Mrs. Yu lies, saying, "Dao Ming is still in the hospital and recovering." Later, Xiao Nan meets Xiao Yu. She says, "Jimin asked me to go to the same rooftop." Xiao Yu replies, "That's good news, but why are you telling me?" Xiao Nan then says, "I know that you like He-Man." Hearing this, Xiao Yu realizes that He-Man wants to restart his relationship with Xiao Nan, and this makes her very sad. She goes to Shen Kai, hugging her, and says, "I'm so sad," crying. Later, to relieve her sorrow, Xiao Yu sings at a restaurant, admitting because she couldn't sleep even at home. Shen Kai is very worried about her and calls Dao Ming. They both go to the restaurant and support Xiao Yu, listening to her sad song throughout the night. They keep her company all night. In the end, Xiao Yu falls asleep there, still thinking about Xiao Nan and He-Man. Dao Ming advises her, saying, "Don't overthink. No one has seen the future, and whatever is meant to happen will happen." Meanwhile, Xiao Nan and He-Man arrive at the building. They start climbing the stairs to go to the rooftop. Xiao Nan gets tired and says, "I'm tired." He-Man comments, "You were weak since childhood, but you still kept running and jumping." Xiao Nan replies, "I knew He-Man was with me and would take care of me." Then they continue climbing. In the morning, Xiao Yu thanks Dao Ming and Shen Kai, saying, "Thank you for staying with me all night." As the three of them are about to go home, Xiao Yu receives a call from Xiao Nan, inviting her to the rooftop. Xiao Yu agrees to come, but thinks to herself, "Why is Xiao Nan calling me when she's already with He-Man?" When Xiao Yu reaches the rooftop, she sees that Yimin is there alone. Xiao Nan is not present. Yimin tells her, "Everything is over between us now." A flashback is shown. Yimin and Xiao Nan miss that moment. Xiao Nan says, "This is a sign. Ever since we met, we've only been talking about the past." Yimin then apologizes, saying, "I'm sorry for not coming to this place 5 years ago. I missed the once-in-a-lifetime moment with you." Xiao Nan then says, "We should move on, and your once-in-a-lifetime moment belongs to another girl." Yimin admits, 5 years ago, I couldn't even express my feelings to you." Xiao Nan responds, "I liked you a lot too, but I don't anymore. You came here today because you were guilty, not because you love me." Xiao Yu and Yimin having come to the present. Yimin says to Xiao Yu, "Xiao Nan realized that she doesn't like me anymore, and I don't deserve anyone's love." Hearing this, Xiao Yu responds, "That's not true. I like you, and no person is perfect. I also have a lot of flaws." Hearing this, Yimin says, "You always impress me." Then Xiao Yu says, "You missed your once-in-a-lifetime because of your problems. But now we have our once-in-a-lifetime, and I don't want to miss it." She leans in and kisses Yimin, marking the start of their new relationship. On the other hand, Shen Kai, unable to sleep all night because of Xiao Yu, looks very sleepy. Dao Ming tells her, "Why don't you go to my room and we both sleep together?" Shen Kai refuses. Next, Xiao Yu and Yimin go to the tea class. There, Xiao Nan has left a gift for Xiao Yu. The gift is a doll that looks exactly like Yimin. Along with that, Xiao Nan has written a letter. She apologizes in the letter saying, "I'm sorry I couldn't give you the gift myself. I've gone for my post-graduation work. Because of you, I met Yimin again. I made this doll for Yimin long ago, but now this doll deserves you." Later, we see Xiao Nan going to a shop and ordering coffee instead of tea. This shows that Xiao Nan has completely moved on from Yimin and is moving forward with her life. Next, we see Dao Ming and Shen Kai having lunch at a restaurant. Shen Kai still looks tense about Xiao Yu. Dao Ming asks her, "Why do you always think about others?" Shen Kai replies, "All this happened because of your friend Yimin. He messed Xiao Yu's life." Dao Ming then asks Shen Kai, "Will you marry me?" Shen Kai doesn't give a proper answer, but the people sitting around hear their conversation. They think Dao Ming is proposing to Shen Kai. Shen Kai says, "Who proposes at such a place?" Dao Ming says, "Chinese New Year is coming and I will go to your village to meet your parents." But Shen Kai replies, "I haven't agreed yet." Dao Ming insists, "I will not let you refuse," and tells everyone in the restaurant, "Shen Kai has agreed to marry me, and today's treat is on me." Everyone starts congratulating Dao Ming and Shen Kai. Later, at home, Shen Kai feels happy about the marriage talk. The doorbell rings, and she discovers that Dao Ming has sent 520 flowers for her. Shen Kai is thrilled and starts counting the flowers. But no matter how many times she counts, there are only 519 flowers. She calls Dao Ming and says, "One flower is missing." Dao Ming responds, "That can't be. You must have counted wrong." Then the doorbell rings again, and Dao Ming appears with one flower in his hand. He says, "I wanted to give this one to you myself. That's why I sent one flower less." Shen Kai is very impressed with Dao Ming. The next day, Shen Kai tells Xiao Yu about the flowers at the shop. Xiao Yu then shares that she and Yimin are officially dating. Shen Kai wants to ask Xiao Yu a lot of questions about this, but seeing how happy she is, she decides not to ask anything. Later at college, Shen Kai sees Mei Zhu playing the violin, just as he did when she first saw him. She tells him, "I will miss your music room very much after I leave." Mei Zhu asks, "Have you accepted Dao Ming's marriage proposal?" Shen Kai says, "Yes," but Mei Zhu notices the worry on her face. He tells her, "Don't think too much. Everything will be good." Next, we see Dao Ming going to Shen Kai's house with her to talk about their marriage. However, Shen Kai's mother refused to let them get married. Shen Kai's father tries to calm things down, saying, "It's too early. Shen Kai hasn't even graduated yet." Shen Kai's mother argues, "Do you want your mother not to interfere in this marriage? Is that why you're ignoring her? Your mother's opinion is also important for this marriage. Otherwise, Shen Kai will not be able to face Dao Ming's mother later." Dao Ming understands his mother's concern now and says, "I will talk to my mother." Shen Kai tries to stop him, but Dao Ming insists, "We have to face this sooner or later," and makes a video call to his mother. He tells her, "I am at Shen Kai's house with her parents right now." He explains about their marriage and asks, "Do you allow us to marry?" Dao Ming's mother responds, "Marriage is not a child's play. We need to plan for it. When I come home, we will discuss it." Dao Ming is happy, thinking his mother has agreed to the marriage, but it's clear from her face that she hasn't fully accepted it. Later, Dao Ming goes to Shen Kai and her mother at their village restaurant. He offers to help, but Shen Kai's mother says, "You are a guest. You don't need to work." Dao Ming insists, I am not a guest. I am part of the family, and calls her mom. Shen Kai's mother is very impressed. Dao Ming puts on an apron and starts working, surprising Shen Kai, who can't believe how down-to-earth he is. She even takes pictures of him. Later, Dao Ming and Shen Kai are talking. Shen Kai asks, "Are you sure you will sleep in my small house? With my father, who snores?" Dao Ming confidently says, "Even if there's thunder, I will still sleep." Before going to bed, Shen Kai's father talks to Dao Ming. He says, "From now on, you have to take care of Shen Kai. She gets angry quickly, so you have to be patient, and you are very handsome. If any girl proposes to you in the future, refuse her, and never hurt Shen Kai." Dao Ming replies, "I am not interested in any girl other than Shen Kai." In the end, Dao Ming completely reassures Shen Kai's father that he will stay with Shen Kai for life and take good care of her. Shen Kai's father trusts him completely. The next day, Shen Kai tells Xiao Yu at the shop, "Dao Ming and I are going to get married very soon." Xiao Yu is very happy and says, "I'm going on a date with He-Men tomorrow." Next, we see a graduation ceremony being held at Ming University for F4 and the other students. F4 is praised, and He-Man is called to the stage to give a speech on their behalf. He-Man tells everyone, "I have 3 important friends in my life. We studied together, and we grew up together." He shares memories from college and says, "I am very lucky because I got friends like these 3. We are not just friends, we are like brothers." After the ceremony, Shen Kai notices that Dao Ming is wearing the same green shoes that she wore on her first day at college, the same ones that caused Dao Ming to break her phone. Shen Kai asks, "Why did you wear these green shoes?" Dao Ming replies, "I thought you wouldn't be able to find me in such a crowd, so I wore these shoes." Han Silu and He-Men start teasing Dao Ming and Shen Kai as usual, making fun of them both. Dao Ming's friends are very happy about his upcoming marriage to Shen Kai. They want to have a bachelor party with Dao Ming. They tell Shen Kai, "Dao Ming will be with us tomorrow," and she agrees. Han Silu and Mei Zhu, however, feel sad because they're still single. But He-Man says, "I'm very happy because I'm going on a date with Xiao Yu today." He-Man wants help from both of them for his date, but they make excuses and leave. Then Chen arrives, and He-Man asks him for help with his date. Dao Ming and Shen Kai are walking together when Shen Kai suddenly bumps into someone and falls. She quickly gets up, embarrassed that someone might have seen them. Dao Ming notices that Shen Kai's shoe has torn, so he carries her on his back and takes her to get new shoes. Shen Kai goes to a shop where the owner already knows her, as she often buys her shoes there. After getting the new shoes, Shen Kai goes to the Dao Ming mansion to give her measurements for her wedding dress. Miss Yu takes her measurements, and Shen Kai gets a little upset because she feels she's gained weight. Miss Yu reassures her, saying, "I will design the best dress for you. You will look beautiful." Then Miss Yu asks Shen Kai, "Will you stay in the room with Dao Ming today?" Shen Kai blushes at the question. Dao Ming arrives and pulls Shen Kai along with him. Meanwhile, Xiao Yu and He-Man are on a date. Xiao Yu brings a cake for He-Man as a gift. He-Man says, "You girls really like sweets." Xiao Nan also liked cakes a lot. Hearing Xiao Nan's name, Xiao Yu feels a bit uncomfortable, but doesn't show it. Although He-Man doesn't like sweets, he eats the cake to make Xiao Yu happy. Xiao Yu then asks, "Where's my gift?" But He-Man pretends to have forgotten about it, making Xiao Yu a little sad. However, it's revealed that He-Man has planned something special for her. He takes Xiao Yu to the same building where Han Silu had arranged a light show with a heart flickering for Kaina. He-Man looks at the building, but the lights haven't turned on yet. Confused, he steps aside to call Chen, to whom he had given the responsibility. Chen tells him, maybe the lights aren't on because of a connection issue. He-Man gets angry, thinking that his date has been spoiled because of Chen. On the other hand, Chen and Li are also together, wondering why the lights aren't turning on. He-Man approaches Xiao Yu and says, "I brought these flowers for you." However, Xiao Yu doesn't seem to care about the flowers, because she is happy just having He-Man by her side. Suddenly, the heart starts flickering on the building. He-Man looks shocked, and Xiao Yu notices the lights, saying, "Surely, some boyfriend did this to surprise his girlfriend." She starts taking pictures of the building and says to He-Man, "We should thank whoever made us see this sight." He-Man is still excited because he had planned everything, but Xiao Yu thinks someone else did it. He-Man seems distracted in this romantic moment, so Xiao Yu kisses him. Meanwhile, Chen and Li also kiss each other, marking the start of their new relationship. Later, Dao Ming surprises Shen Kai by taking her to the same place where they had watched Machus together. Dao Ming had gifted her a necklace and decorated the place beautifully with flowers flowers and candles. Dao Ming tells Shen Kai, I want to give you many special memories before marriage. Shen Kai responds, I will stay with you for life and will never leave you. They both kiss and spend a good time together. In the next scene, Xiao Yu is at the tea shop. Her manager tells her, we are opening another branch of this tea shop. Seeing your hard work, I am making you the manager of this shop. Later, F4 arrives at the shop, having come at the behest of Ximen. They are there to support Xiao Yu on her first day as manager and promote the tea shop just like last time. In the end, Xiao Yu brings drinks from her side and treats everyone. Everyone tells their own flavors. Dao Ming tells the wrong flavor, and Shen Kai corrects him. Han Zilu then says, who would have thought that this big-eyed Shen Kai and stubby girl would become so pretty and cute? Meizu chimes in, I wish I could kiss Shen Kai, because after going abroad, I won't even be able to see her. Everyone is shocked to hear this, especially Dao Ming, who gets very angry. Meizu asks Dao Ming, are you jealous? Dao Ming replies, yes, definitely. Then Meizu kisses Shen Kai on her forehead. Seeing this, Dao Ming starts beating Meizu. Heeman tries to calm him, saying, it's okay, Meizu just kissed. Dao Ming responds, okay, then I will kiss Xiao Yu now, and he starts chasing after Xiao Yu. Shen Kai asks him to sit down, and Dao Ming complies. Next, we see Shen Kai and her parents preparing because Dao Ming and his family are coming to discuss the marriage. Shen Kai has prepared very tasty dishes. After waiting for a long time, Shen Kai calls Dao Ming and asks, why haven't you come yet? Instead of Dao Ming, Mrs. Ming answers the call, saying, I am busy today and won't be able to come. Shen Kai replies, but you said you and Dao Ming were going to come today. Mrs. Ming explains, I said so because Dao Ming was with you at that time, and if I had refused, he would have done something wrong and regretted it later. But now Dao Ming is with me, and he will not come to you. He has decided to go to London with me and will never come back to Shanghai now. Give up on Dao Ming. Your marriage with him will never be possible. Hearing this, Shen Kai breaks down and tells her parents, Dao Ming's mom has tricked us. She won't come now. Shen Kai's parents are furious and want to confront Mrs. Ming, but Shen Kai stops them, saying, Dao Ming and I will handle our problems alone. I don't want you to get insulted. I will deal with this alone. On the other hand, F3 is preparing for Dao Ming's bachelor party. At Han Silu's suggestion, everyone wears dog hats, looking very cute. The three of them wait for Dao Ming, wondering why he hasn't arrived yet. Shen Kai arrives and says, Dao Ming will not come here. She explains everything about his mother and adds, Dao Ming is now going to London and will never come back. Hearing this, Heeman calls Dao Ming, but Mrs. Yu answers, telling Heeman, Dao Ming and I are busy. Don't call us anymore, and hangs up. Everyone finds Mrs. Yu's behavior strange, but she had hinted that Dao Ming was at home, which F3 understands. Meanwhile, Mrs. Ming visits Mrs. Yu, revealing that Mrs. Yu had acted under her pressure. F3 decides to go to Dao Ming's house. Being familiar with the place, they enter through the back door, just as they had done before. Inside, they meet Mrs. Yu, who says, Why did you take so long? I've been waiting for you. She informs them that Dao Ming is locked in a room. We see Dao Ming unconscious in the room with Mrs. Ming. When F3 enters, Mrs. Ming asks, How did you come inside? She insults F3, asking, Why did he get such terrible friends like you? Heeman responds, Even though we are terrible, we don't hurt our family members. Mrs. Ming says, When will you grow up and think like adults? Meizu says, You should accept Dao Ming and Shen Kai's relationship. But Mrs. Dao Ming declares, I will never let Dao Ming marry Shen Kai. Xiaoxi is the perfect match for him. Next, we see Xiaoxi trying on a wedding dress with her mother. Xiaoxi says, Dao Ming doesn't like me and there is no love between us. Her mother responds, Your marriage will benefit both families. Dao Ming doesn't like you, but you like him, right? This is your best chance. Xiaoxi says, I don't like Dao Ming anymore. But her mother talks about the problems with the Dao Ming group's business. F3 discusses yesterday's events. Han Silu suggests, maybe Mrs. Ming has gone mad. Meizu adds, perhaps the Dao Ming business is on the verge of being completely destroyed, which is why Mrs. Dao Ming has become so strict. We have to stop Dao Ming from doing anything now so he doesn't regret it later. F3 and Xiaoxi go to Shen Kai's house to meet her. Ximen tells Shen Kai, Dao Ming and Xiaoxi are going to get married very soon. Xiaoxi tells Shen Kai, Dao Ming is not eating or drinking anything. If this continues, he will die. Please talk to Dao Ming once. He's not listening to any of us. Shen Cai responds, his mother will never let me meet him. F3 assures her, his mother will let you meet Dao Ming. Shen Cai is surprised because F3, especially Meizu, had been telling her to give up on Dao Ming. Shen Cai tells Xiaoxi, Promise me you won't invite me to your and Dao Ming's wedding, because I have now given Dao Ming to you. Xiaoxi takes Shensai to Dao Ming's mother. Mrs. Ming tells Xiaoxi, now that you are going to become part of this family, you must follow our rules and not make friends with low-standard people. She insults Shen Kai, but Xiaoxi says, I brought Shen Kai here so she can talk to Dao Ming and convince him, as he is not listening to anyone. Mrs. Dao Ming initially refuses but agrees after Xiaoxi pleads. Shen Kai will not meet Dao Ming face to face. They will just talk from a distance. Shensai tells Xiaoxi, I want to talk to Dao Ming alone. She calls out to Dao Ming from outside his room. Hearing Shen Kai's voice, Dao Ming tries to get up and reach the door but falls. Shen Kai says, why aren't you eating for me? Why are you doing such stupid things? You always called me an idiot, but you are the idiot. Though it's difficult for her to say, she tells Dao Ming, you should listen to your mother and marry Xiaoxi. I never liked you that much. I just wanted to marry you for your fame and money. Dao Ming listens silently. Shensai continues, everything was going well at the beginning of our relationship, but things have become complicated now, and I can't bear it anymore. After hearing all this, Dao Ming says, why are you so cute and stupid? Remember our past? How we faced every difficulty and never gave up on each other. He tells her, I will never give up on you because I know you love me and care about me. I was weak before, but now after talking to you, I have the strength. If you support me, I will do anything. Shen Kai understands and says, I will not lie anymore. I will always be with you and never leave you. Dao Ming feels relaxed hearing this. Even though a wall separates them, they both feel each other's presence. Xiaoxi asks Shen Kai, did Dao Ming agree? Did he listen to you? Shen Kai replies, no, he didn't agree. She thanks Xiaoxi, saying, because of you I came here and understood the truth. I will support Dao Ming. If he doesn't eat, I won't eat either. If he doesn't come out, I will wait for him here. Then Xiaoxi said to Shen Kai, you don't do crazy things like Dao Ming. Miss Ming added, if you do all this, don't think that I will have mercy on you. But Shen Kai replied, you need mercy, and left from there. After coming out, Shen Kai stood there, and it got very late. Miss Yu and Xiaoxi became worried for Shen Kai, and it also started raining, but Shen Kai didn't move from her place. Then Mei Zhu came with an umbrella and said to Shen Kai, it's getting very late, you should eat something. But Shen Kai refused, saying, I won't eat or drink anything. I will do whatever Dao Ming does. I will always be on Dao Ming's side. Then Hung Silu and Haimen arrived. They regretted seeing Shen Kai's determination and wondered why they had told her to give up on Dao Ming. Jiang then spoke to her mother, saying, how can you be so heartless? Dao Ming has been hungry and thirsty for so long, and Shen Kai has been standing outside for so long. Is your heart made of stone? To this, Mrs. Ming responded, have you forgotten? You were in the same situation. The boy who loved you left you in the end. Jiang replied, my situation was different at that time, and Dao Ming's situation is different now. Shen Kai is very brave, and she will not give up yet. Miss Dao Ming then said, now only the Dao Ming can save Ming Group handle him. Hearing this, Jiang said to her mother, why don't you have more babies? And whenever the company is in danger, they can handle it. Miss Ming got very angry and slapped Jiang. In the end, Jiang said, you are a good businesswoman, but you can never be a good mother. Jiang then went to Dao Ming and said, eat something. I cannot see you in this condition. But Dao Ming replied, I will not give up like you did, Jiang. I have taken this relationship very seriously, and added, I am happy because Shen Kai is on my side. Jiang also believed that Dao Ming and Shen Kai would win now. Meanwhile, F3 was discussing Dao Ming Group's losses. They wanted to help but couldn't find a solution. Then Mei Zhu remembered something Dao Ming had told him when he came from the hospital, that he had a secret plan. But Dao Ming hadn't shared that plan with Mei Zhu. Mei Zhu then said, I will need Dao Ming's email ID for this. On the other hand, many days passed, but Dao Ming hadn't eaten or drunk anything yet, and Shen Kai was still standing there. Due to rain, hunger, and thirst, Shen Kai's condition had worsened, but she had not given up. We see that Shen Kai is still standing there in the same condition. F3 was very worried about Dao Ming and Shen Kai. They wondered, is God helping Dao Ming and Shen Kai? Are they being stopped from becoming one? Mei Zhu thought to himself that Shen Kai had to be strong because she was very lucky to have found someone like Dao Ming who loves her. On the other hand, Jiang tried again to convince Mrs. Dao Ming to accept Dao Ming and Shen Kai's relationship, but Miss Dao Ming was still adamant and not listening to anyone. Then Xiaoxi and F3 arrived. Xiaoxi said to Miss Daoming, I have talked to my parents, and I will not marry Daoming now. Xiaoxi wanted Daoming and Shen Kai to be together and asked them to give up. Miss Ming asked, do you know what you are saying? Then Xiaoxi replied, yes. My dad's decision is also the same. Mei Zhu then handed Miss Ming a file containing Dao Ming's secret plan. Next, Miss Yu and Xiaoxi went to Shen Kai and said, Miss Ming has agreed. She will not separate you both now. Hearing this, Shen Kai went to Dao Ming, but she could hardly walk. Her condition had become very bad. Somehow, she reached Dao Ming's room, where Dao Ming was already waiting for her. Before reaching Dao Ming, Shen Tai fainted and fell. Then, we are shown a flashback of Dao Ming and Shen Kai from the beginning. In the next scene, we see Dao Ming perfectly fine, talking about his business idea that would expand his business. Mei Zhu had unlocked Dao Ming's laptop password, and they discovered his business idea. In the video, Dao Ming said, once during exam time, when Shen Kai was asking me questions and I gave the right answers, she was very happy for me. Dao Ming was paying a lot of attention to his business and was working hard. He wasn't alone in this. Miss Yu, Jimin, and Mei Zhu were also supporting and helping him in different ways. Dao Ming had become very serious about his business, and during this time, he met Shen Kai's father because he also had an idea to expand Shen Kai's squid's different flavors all over China. At the end of the video, Dao Ming didn't forget to point out Mei Zhu, saying, Mei Zhu, you must be thinking that this is very sentimental, and the video ended there. Seeing Dao Ming working so hard, Jiang and Mrs. Ming were very happy, and Mrs. Ming realized that Dao Ming had become very responsible because of Shen Kai. Now she had no problem with Dao Ming and Shen Kai's relationship, and Jiang also forgave Mrs. Ming. Seeing them both happy, Miss Yu was also very happy. Next, we see Jiang and Mrs. Ming sleeping together. Mrs. Ming had been sleeping for the past 7 days, lol, because she was no longer worried about anything, and that's why she went back to sleep. On the other hand, Shen Kai was also helping Dao Ming in his business and researching different flavors. Dao Ming had started an office with his friends, for which F4 was very excited. Next, Shen Tai prepared a gift for Mei Zhu because he was having a farewell and was going abroad. Shen Tai got ready and reached the place where Mei Zhu's farewell ceremony was to be held, but the restaurant was closed. Then she called Heman and asked, where are you all and why is this restaurant closed? Heman replied, Mei Zhu's farewell ceremony was yesterday, and you missed it. We also called you, but you didn't even receive it. Shen Kai didn't understand anything. Then she asked about Dao Ming. Heman told her, Dao Ming is going to London with Mei Zhu. Shen Tai became very angry at Dao Ming because he was leaving without telling her. Jimen asked, what happened to you? Have you forgotten everything? You and Dao Ming have broken up. You rejected Dao Ming, and that's why he got married to Xiaoxi. Dao Ming is going to London today. He must be at the airport now. Shen Tai quickly went to the airport to meet Dao Ming. Then she bumped into someone and fainted. In the next scene, when Shen Kai regained consciousness, she saw herself in an unknown place wearing a wedding dress. Then Dao Ming entered. Shen Tai was a little happy to see him. Then Dao Ming said, if you listen to me, I will make you my girlfriend. Shen Kai remembered that Dao Ming had told her the same thing before when she came to his house. She felt that all this was a dream, that she had gone back to the rudely behaving Dao Ming. Dao Ming again said the same things he had said to Shen Kai that day. Hearing all this, Shen Kai got very angry and threw her sandals at him, just like that day. Dao Ming left, saying, I don't want a wife who doesn't listen to me. Shen Kai tried to stop him, but he was gone, and she fell as it got dark. In the next scene, as soon as the light came on, Jiang and 2 girls performed a dance in front of Shen Kai. Shen Tai didn't understand what was happening. After the dance, Jiang asked Shen Kai, do you love Dao Ming and want to call him here? Shen Kai said, yes. Then Jiang snapped her fingers, and Hanzilu, Jimen, and Mei Zhu appeared. Jiang told Shen Kai, you don't really love Dao Ming. That's why he didn't come here and these 3 did. Now you have to choose your husband from these 3. Shen Kai was shocked to hear this, and Jiang left. We see F3 and Shen Kai together. First, Hanxilu introduced himself to Shen Kai saying, I have never made fun of you. Shen Kai replied, you have always treated me nicely, but then rejected him saying, you like older women, and I am younger than you, right? Hanxilu remembered kinda. Next, it was Heman's turn. He said, if anyone in F4 knows about women the most, it's me. You will always be happy with me, and I will never let tears come to your eyes. So, you should choose me. Hearing this, Shen Kai said, you love Xiaoyu, and warned him never to make Xiaoyu sad, or she would never forgive him. Heman replied, I love Xiaoyu. Finally, It was Meizu's turn. He said, I don't need to explain anything to you. Shenkai remembered her past with Meizu and thought that he had come into her life as an angel and had been with her through all her bad times. Shenkai said, I don't love Meizu anymore, I only love Dao Ming. Meizu agreed with her statement. Then Shenkai and F3 called Dao Ming together, and Dao Ming came with the 3 boys who liked Shenkai earlier, wearing a groom's dress. Meizu took Shenkai's hand and led her to Dao Ming. There, Dao Ming proposed to Shenkai in front of everyone and asked, Will you marry me? Xiaoxi told Shenkai, You are the prettiest bride in this world. You and Dao Ming will be very happy together. Xiao Yu and Li were also very happy and congratulated her for her happy life. Chen said to Shenkai, I will always be your best friend, and gave her his best wishes. All other friends of Shenkai also gave her many wishes. Shenkai couldn't believe it at all. She asked everyone, Am I dreaming or is all this really happening? Everyone started laughing at Shenkai's statement. Before Dao Ming could say anything else to Shenkai, he got a loud kick from behind and fell down. Turning back, he found that the kick was not given by anyone else but Jiyang. Jiyang strictly asked Dao Ming, Do you want to marry Shenkai? To this, Dao Ming said, Yes, and silently stood near Shenkai. Jiyang asked Dao Ming, Do you consider Shenkai your wife? Dao Ming said, Yes. Then Jiyang asked Shenkai, Do you consider Dao Ming your husband? Shenkai also said, Yes. Then Jiyang officially announced, From today you both are husband and wife, and Dao Ming and Shenkai got happily married. They both also remembered the best times of their past. In the end, everyone enjoyed a lot, and Dao Ming and Shenkai also danced a lot at their wedding. Many days passed. Dao Ming and Shenkai were at their house when they both smelled something burning. They went to the kitchen and saw that Miss Ming was making breakfast, but she had burned the food. Miss Ming told them, Now I want to learn new skills in life. I have only focused on business till today. Shenkai encouraged her, but Dao Ming gave strange expressions seeing the burnt food made by his mother. Then Miss Ming told them both, Today, I made this last breakfast for you because I now want to go out independently and take a break for myself. I had forgotten what the world looks like in the chaos of my work and business, so now I want to travel alone. I want to learn how to make breakfast and how to take care of myself. I want to take the subway alone, take selfies, and make new friends. Dao Ming couldn't believe that this was his mother. He asked her, Are you the same one I used to know? To this, Miss Ming said, There is no age for learning, and now I want to become a better person. We also come to know that Miss Ming's life was not easy. She had struggled a lot after the death of Dao Ming's father, and with this, she left for her world tour, taking a selfie at the beginning. Next, we saw Dao Ming and Shenkai in their room. Dao Ming wrote wife on Shenkai's face and said, I have marked the property. Now you go outside like this. Later, Shenkai also washed Dao Ming's hair. They both lived their lives like a happy married couple. 3 months passed after Dao Ming and Shenkai's marriage. Dao Ming made breakfast for Shenkai. Shenkai said, Why don't we go to the restaurant? But Dao Ming replied, Rejecting your husband's love is a crime. Then Dao Ming also pranked Shenkai by pretending his hand got cut, but Shenkai found out, and Dao Ming apologized to her. Then Shenkai said, If sorry would work, we wouldn't need the police. They both spent a lot of good time together, and one day Dao Ming and Shenkai went to London for a trip. There, they met Meizu. The 3 of them were happy together and enjoyed a lot. Then a meteor shower started. Dao Ming, Shenkai, and Meizu watched that beautiful moment together. On the other hand, Hangxilu and Gimen were working. Then Gimen left, saying that he had a plan with Xiao Yu, and Hangxilu was left alone. He was happy watching the meteor shower alone. Then we saw Chen and Li together, and they made a wish while watching the meteor shower. Next, we saw Xiao Nan, who was alone, and she also made a wish while watching the meteor. We saw Kana and Terrence in a treehouse together, and they both also made a wish while watching the meteor. Then we saw Xiao Shi, who was walking alone, but her scarf's string got stuck with Thomas's bag, and their love story also started. Next, we see Tang Xing on her mission, fulfilling her dream. After this, we saw Jiang watching the meteor. Next, Dao Ming and Shenkai singing with a street singer. Everyone liked their song a lot, so everyone stood there listening. After a while, Hangxilu, Meizu, and Heeman also came there and joined them, and with this, the drama ended. If you like this drama, let us know in the comments and subscribe for more. In the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead, Zheng Shu. When Shiyan sees Zheng Shu working, he makes lemonade for her and brings it to her. She thanks him, she is very happy to see him, and she keeps looking at him. Shiyan takes a wine bottle for himself. Zheng Shu is looking at him, and she is unable to focus on her work. Then Shiyan stands close to her. Zhang Shu is nervous because of him, and she is not able to write properly. She starts looking at him. Then Shiyan says, "Did anything happen?" Zhang Shu says, "I want to drink this wine." Then Shiyan brings wine for her. Shiyan sits there and starts reading, but both of them keep looking at each other. Now, Siyue calls Shiyan, who is about to come there, but Shiyan stops her. Zhang Shu hears this, then asks Shiyan, "Is your niece coming back?" Shiyan says, "You are quite interested in my niece." Zhang Shu laughs and says, "Why should I be interested in her? I don't even know her." Zhang Shu completes her work. She says to Shiyan, "You read this once." But he is still not satisfied, and the Shi starts rewriting it. When Zhang Shu comes to Shiyan to check her draft, Shiyan says, "This is okay." Zhang Shu says, "If you are satisfied with my article, then can we move ahead? If you're eager to keep watching this drama, you can find the link in the description and the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss an update."